You are listening to Those Casual Reds with Casey Gayle, Jeremy Sanchez, and Mikey Douglas, only on LA Talk Radio.
So you know the deal. It's time for Those Casual Reds with Casey Gayle on LA Talk Radio.
Yo, whoa, going on? Everybody in there? Gentlemen, can you hear yourselves on the microphone? Let me make sure I hit the right numbers then. No, I didn't. Hold on. Go on, talk now.
Mic check, 1, 2, cheese man.
Mic check, 1 check.
It's been a long time. Hold on. Now we go. Hi, everybody. Hey, this Casual Red Show. It's your boy Case. This is the live show, so sometimes we do things a little bit different here. It means I'm messing up. Let's bring in all my panel, all my guys here. Let's bring them in here, Sam. And Jeremy, who's tonight's show brought to you by?
Belorian and Manukian LLP, personal injury litigation firm, over a decade of experience with real results. Maximize your compensation with us. Call 747-444-4444.
And here it is. I've got a beautiful panel of Reds here coming out of Southern Cali's my boy Bandito Mike. How you doing today?
What's up, fellas? Feeling good.
Out of representing Atlanta, the one them called Big Mikey, full-time Laker hater. How you doing out here, Mikey?
Wagwan, big man.
You know, and in the studio with me, as always, my boy Germ. Germ, what's good?
What's good?
Cheese, what's the thing?
Pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Eric Ten Hag Shit Show.
Wow, that was a nice intro. Wicked. Why you going so hard in Eric Ten Hag?
I'm going easy. I'm calm. It's calm.
He's a flip-flop.
Calm.
6
That's
games
calm.
left in the season. I'm
All right.
calm. This is me calm. Very calm.
Well, you know, one thing about being a Manchester United supporter is not a lot of positive things going on right now. So we want to start it off with a little positivity. I want to salute the U18s for smashing the Premier League North under 18 title. This is something City has dominated for the last 6 or 7? I think 6 years. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, they've got me to watch a lot of their matches. I think I've only missed a few. The one I missed is the one they lost, actually. But it's a beautiful thing with a 50-point goal difference.
Save that.
Did you hear that? Bandito and Mikey, 50-point goal difference.
Wait, you mean it's not -1 or 0 like the first team?
Are we? What are we at? -1 or 0? I didn't even know. I think we're at 0. I think I'm not sure. So, how's that feel? How do you guys feel? You have hope for the future, Mikey, out there in Atlanta? Does this make you feel a little bit better about the future? What do you think?
Percentage-wise, a lot of those guys will never play for the first team, so it's nice.
On that, what he just said, Bandito, is it 7 a big number for guys to be already professionally signed? I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not too big on how it works with the academy when signing contracts. I don't know if it's a good thing or a waste of time, or is it something just to delay a kid? But is that a good number for 7 professionals?
Let's start by how it works.
Okay, there it is.
You're a scholar, and you're able to sign a professional contract on your 17th birthday. So a lot of these guys who are 16 and in the U18s are eligible to sign their professional contract with the club. Before that, they can leave. They can go to other clubs, and you know you can guarantee that clubs are lining up to sign some of the 15 and 16-year-olds that we've got in the pipeline. So that's how it works as far as these young folks signing their professional contract. Shea Lacey just signed, I think, today or yesterday. Just turned 17. Finn McAllister, Beyond Cherry, Jaron Fletcher's boys, Jack and Tyler, have both signed their professional contract. Another big man from Stockport, Ethan Wheatley, who's banging in loads of goals. He signed his professional contract. So yeah, like a lot of people are saying, if you can bring one player a year out of your academy, you're doing okay, right? If you can bring 2 or 3, you're really smashing it. So with my time, I want to touch on a couple things, and one you already mentioned, and that was City and Chelsea's dominance. City won the last 4 Premier League, then Chelsea won, and then City won before. So they reorganized it to Premier League North. And the word around town was City was getting all the top local talent from Greater Manchester area, and even in the Northwest, something that United had always dominated. So City's their model is just cast a big net, just get them all. Just they've got the network, they've got the money, just bring them all in and get them on trial.
Now, let me ask one question. I'm sorry to interrupt. Is that due to City? I'm gonna give it them the props that they're organized and they got their shit together. How does something like that happen with us when we're so disorganized? And who gets props for this type of academy infusion of talent? Because apparently, City's been locking it down. Is there one person or is it a group of people? You'd say.
So this has been going on for the past about 4 or 5 years, and it all started with United, Nick Cox and Nicky Butt. And the thing that jump started it was Brexit, actually. So they were like, the deadline's going to come up to get European players, Garnacho, Fernandez, Cambuala, to get these players before the Brexit deadline, where they couldn't come until they were 18. So it was a big push to get some of these continental players in, and then going out and shoring up some of these local talents like Kobe Mainu, and they call him the Scouse Leo Messi, Shea Lacey. So getting some of these local players, and that goes all the way back to Nicky Butt and Nick Cox. So quick little story. There was a U15 game, England versus Germany, and England was utterly embarrassed. They were embarrassed. So they took a look at their youth academy, and they came up with a program, Elite Player Performance Plan. And so they kind of went away from the traditional, big strapping lad, beat you for pace, win the ball in the air. And they're like, let's get these players playing futsal like they do in Brazil. Let's get these players who are very intelligent and start honing these skills, instead of beach along, big 6'4" player. So these changes in the FA were created by Dan Ashworth.
Interesting.
Right?
Oh.
So Dan Ashworth, with his time at the FA, he was in charge of this, kind of changing this and creating this document. And this document is what the clubs use in their model for training, for loaning players, and kind of like a plan and the parents know it, the players know it. From the time they're like 10, 12 years old, they kind of see where the plan is going to go up until they're 21. So Dan Ashworth was a big part of that, and is one of the reasons that Ineos is after him. So just to tie that
No, that's beautiful. I mean, it's like coming full circle in a way. I mean, Dan Ashworth has a strong fingerprint on the English national team. That's why we get the Southgate links. And to see that he's the reason behind there's growth and development with the academies makes me even feel better that he's going to be part of the team. We don't know when, but he's going to be part of the team. And
Yeah,
I mean, Bandita,
they-
thank you for all that. I didn't mean. I don't know if you got more to do, but I kind of jumped the ship.
go for it.
No, I was just gonna say what their record was. There's 23 matches played, 76 goals scored, 25 goals conceded, 19 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Man, that looks good.
Well done, lads.
And
Yeah,
Well done.
get in. Yeah, they
Definitely.
balled, and I think 5 of them have already had first team like call
Game
up
time?
for our
Okay.
team. Go ahead, Mike Bandito.
and more than stats, it's United football, and it's good on the eye.
Dang,
And
that part.
they're combining and they're crossing the ball, dangerously on the ground.
Is
It looks good.
the style of play Eric Ten Hag wants to do? Is that him? Is that his style of play in the academy, or is that just something residual from what's been going on for years?
Why would it be his style of play?
I point to Kieran McKenna, who was just named. That was, he was on staff. He was working with the I think the 21s before. He was just named manager of the year in the championship at Ipswich. He's got Ipswich coming up. So, and then even I'll go to Nicky Butt, who had a falling out with Nick Cox, but he left. But that's even his stamp is on these style of play.
Mikey just treated me like a waste man. I was under the impression that Eric Ten Hag was in control of the style of play that's going on in the academy. He implemented a style of play.
That he coaches the under 7s, the under 9s, the under 11s.
Quick question.
That has a Premier League season.
No. Quick question. Well, I was under the impression that he was implementing a style of play. Forgive me not for assuming that he was, but because doesn't Pep's academy does what Pep does? Because I thought Eric Ten Hag was when he said that he was controlling the academy. What did he mean by that? When Eric Ten Hag said that, is he just talking about the U23s?
No, so it's the 21s and the 18s, and it's not down to like managing minutes and who's getting on and that stuff.
No, but I thought he wanted a style of play.
You saying he's
he's
Well,
implementing a pathway into the training with the first team.
so our first team and our academy is not in sync with the way they play.
No one is in sync with our first team.
I know that for sure. I know that for sure. Well, forgive me. I was under the impression that they were trying to, when bringing on Eric Ten Hag, he wanted to kind of like the Ajax system where the academy is doing what the first team does, and that's why I was part of the lore and the draw. And I understand he's only been there a year and 3 quarters, but I thought that had started. But when we've been so mismanaged, how could it be started?
Yeah.
And that's how the way it is. So, hey, Bandito, thank you for that. It was a lot of good information. Especially shout out to Nicky Cox and Carrion and Nicky Butt. And I know Nicky Butt did have the fallout. So we're going to go into another positive bit of news. The women's team are in the FA Cup finals versus, almost said the wrong thing, but the Spurs. First time being Chelsea's women.
Big win, because I saw them lose against Chelsea, and Lauren James, I feel like, had like a brace in 20 minutes or something in regular season Premier League. And yeah, to your point, they had never beaten Chelsea up until that FA Cup win. So props to them.
Props to them. Props.
Always love kicking a blue.
Yeah.
Isn't this the last year for Chelsea's coach? She's calling it quits.
I think so. And which one of the ladies' coach got in the shoving match? With
It was
coach? Was that
it was
Arsenal?
Chelsea's
It was Chelsea's coach
and
Arsenal's
Arsenal.
coach, right?
Yeah. Her name is Emma, I believe. I'm not too sure.
Emma Hayes or something, maybe.
Go ahead, Betty. That's your thing.
Yeah, if you don't follow women's football, this Chelsea side, they're talking about also like a quadruple.
Yeah.
Fantastic Chelsea side.
Yeah.
So they lost league their equivalent to League Cup match already, and then they've got Lauren James, former United player there. I think it was 2 years ago I saw United play Chelsea at Lee Sports Village. It was a good time. Get yourself out there to Lee Sports Village. Support the women's match or the women's club. But yeah, they were miles beyond United. They put it on them, and it's a really, really good team. So to see, United has a lot of local players, Tooney and Captain Katie. They're all local players, that've been playing United since they're 5-6 years old. Alatoon, putting a cross in on a dime for the second goal. So yeah, it's pretty big. And United women have always been. It's been a struggle. They'll make a run and then they'll lose loads of players to Arsenal, to Chelsea, to Barcelona, and then it's a rebuild again. So they're not in Champions League position at the moment. So this is kind of like a big thing for their season as well.
It is a huge thing, and just even the way I saw them react to beating Chelsea, I was kind of moved lightweight. I don't know, it had something to do with the first team, but I felt good watching them. How'd you feel about it, Mikey? Did you get to appreciate some of the win against Chelsea, our women?
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't even look at the replay?
Highlights.
No, I just didn't see it.
How do you feel about it?
I think it's great. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I watch a lot of the women's game. I don't. I should. Having just some good stuff going on down there, but I didn't see it. All I know is I've seen Nikita Paris play one time. I like her. So
yes. I know the names. I've watched. I'll watch the highlights. I will do that.
We know.
I think I've watched one game live, and it was we lost to City. City has a Jamaican, the Yachty girl, so that's the only reason why I watched it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, she's wicked. She can ball out. But salute to the academy and the women's team. Women's getting to the final. Spurs, I know it's going to be a beautiful day out, and if it's Tottenham, they're going to be successful. They're truly going to be successful. So let's get into the realness. This is why we're here. One thing about being a supporter of the Manchester United first team is you don't have to go searching for topics. The problem is figuring out what you want to talk about. Bournemouth match reaction. I can honestly say, me personally, is one of those matches I went into where I don't know what we're going to see. So I wasn't too shocked. Yeah, I was still disappointed, but it's the blueprint, This is how it goes. I mean, Jerm, what do you guys think?
More of the same what we've been seeing, right? Lackluster by the guys. Just not good enough. Guys are not good enough to be in the squad to represent this great team, right? How is it that Bournemouth is going to tie you, right?
And why are they the favorites to win coming into the match?
Or they really?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you saw Solanke's post game, but I was just like he was mad that they didn't win. They were expecting to smack us.
You even got teams down below on the table expecting just to come in and just work us.
I've never felt so disrespected from a post game press conference. I was like, this, and he wasn't popping shit. He was just being like, we were all over them. We had them. We had so many chances, and we should have won that game. They were we're disappointed with the draw.
Big Mikey, is it cool that I'm have this acceptance now? That I'm okay with space. I'm okay with our midfield getting ran through. I'm okay with us losing the lead. Is it good that I'm accepting it now that I'm there with you?
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're willing to admit that these guys aren't good enough, it doesn't matter who you put out there, how you arrange them. They're not good enough for this team. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. It don't matter who they play. It's going to be an issue. We struggled against Bournemouth twice now, and they should have won that game. They have, the second top scorer in the league now? Okay, and that guy was on. El Nana saved us from losing that game with the save he had low to his right. He saved us with that. So these guys are not good enough. It doesn't matter what you do. And the minute you accept that, the minute you're going to be happy. The minute you're going to be like, you know what? I could just enjoy a day of football. I know it's hard because we love United, right? But these guys aren't good enough. Oh, it looks like they cut off.
It's the real show now.
All right. So how'd you feel about Bournemouth, man?
They just ran through us, and it's that same. It's the space in between, and let's have it right. Solanke, he just done the kid. He done him. You know, he's a striker on form.
It was wet out there, to be fair.
Yeah,
Like he slipped.
there were a lot of guys slipping, but he went for the bait. He went for the bait and he cut it back, and he just once you touch ground as a defender, you're done skis. So he really did the kid. And one thing about Kambwala, youngsters have mistakes in them, and he made a mistake for the first goal, but he shouldn't be in that position where he's emergency defending one of the top strikers in the league on form, 1v1. He shouldn't be in that. He shouldn't have to be in that position, but that's a position he found himself time and time again.
And I know I always harp on about these are professional international players. What I have a problem with, guys, is our veterans do not help our youngsters.
Nope.
Our youngsters are the ones, like, we're saying, okay, well, he don't make a play if, we're depending on our youngsters. I never see Casemiro go over to Kobe and say, come here. Or do this, I'll do this. It's just madness. I seen Casemiro do a slide tackle one time in the game. I saw it, and I was like, where is man going? It was incredible. I've never seen someone slide and miss someone's. The slip and slide thing we used to do back in the day?
I know what I saw. I saw Nana scream at Delo when he was defending at the near post. Nana got right into Delo's face like, what the fuck are you doing?
Nana's one of our bright spots.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire's one of our bright spots.
Isn't that weird you saying that as opposed to in the beginning where we were like frustrated with Onana and even
not we.
Well,
talking about
whoa. Freeze. No.
Wait,
remember that week he came over here and sweared off Onana. So
remember that? Remember those few months where you guys are losing your mind and talking about bringing De Gea back? You said a week. You niggas were like a month.
Lead exit. So please let us understand our emotional in that moment. It was a rough time for Onana, and
it just took you 6 months to understand that we give up a lot of shots and we don't have a midfield and we don't have a back four. It took you 6 months instead of 2 months. Okay. When it's going on in 2 months or a month, you expect them try to fix it. Of course, we're gonna expect it after 6 months when it's been going on every game. 20, clot, 30, clot.
Shots.
20, I mean, Bandito, is it wrong for
after 2 months? I think it's going to change. After 6 months, it's behavior.
Okay, so we're with you now. I mean, Bandito, in the beginning of the season, didn't you feel that there's a chance where we try to limit the shot given output? Do you think it was always going to be this crazy 20, 25? I think there was a 30.
I thought there would be an adjustment at some point to limit it. Something would change.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning of the season, look, Ten Hag's first campaign, he overachieved. And then that kind of set our expectations. So you're thinking, okay, we finished third. We had some players. Maybe we make a push for a second. And then the wheels fell off. But to be fair, after, I'll say right around Boxing Day and that, we went on a nice run where we were playing good football, putting wins together.
Was it February?
It's just kind of New Year. It's with injuries and this chaos football. Well, let me ask you something. A lot of times when we see teams conceding and not working hard for each other and not playing as a team, that's been a sign in the past that the boss has lost the dressing room. What are we saying about that? What do we think that situation is?
Who wants to go first?
I'm taking this one. I'm taking this one.
Where do I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where do I start?
Yes. All signs lead to, I think he lost the dressing room. I'm gonna just say it like this. Think about Graham Potter at Chelsea and how Chelsea broke that man. Think about the media images with the bags under his eyes and him just like head down, shoulders shrugged, looking like a broken man. Like that's the path that Ten Hag looks like he's on right now. Because he looks clueless on the sideline. He has no in-game management. You already talk about how his subs suck.
Don't say I talk about it because I don't know what I'm talking about.
But you
This
always
guy is
question
Mark,
his subs.
bro.
You always questioning his subs. I don't disagree with that. His starting lineups are questionable sometimes. Like everybody right now is just like, why can't you just put Rashford on? Why can't you switch Rashford and Garnacho? Why can't you switch Rashford and Garnacho? You talk about and you harp on how tired our midfield is. Anthony, Mount, Ahmad, mad fresh legs on the bench, just watching madness. And the man refuses to put them in at crucial times, and he just takes too long for his sub. So, yeah, writing on the wall, I think he's lost the dressing room. He looked like he's coaching himself out of a job. That's how I feel.
Mikey, how you feel? Is he lost the locker room? You feel it's just a thing when you have shit players?
Ollie lost the locker room. Mourinho lost the locker room. What is lost the locker room? Is it the two talisman of the club, three that say so they're leaders in the locker room, but not on the pitch? Because we just said we don't have any leaders. So now there's leaders that's saying, oh, we don't have the locker room. It's these guys need to go. The locker room needs to go. They're the problem. You are the problem. You need to go. Ten Hag is trying to say, hey, I'm referring to your video, Casey, your video, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna play you out wide, and you have to depend on your quality to get us out of situations. If you can't play a 5-yard pass, how the hell is that my problem as a coach? If you can't do it, and then Mark's talking about changing guys in, you could change shit for shit. You still have shit.
Yeah, but
man, them calling for Anthony. You're calling for Anthony on the bench. That's who you're calling for. You can't. Oh, it's fresh legs. Yeah, I can. You know what? Call for me. Call for me on the bench. I can run for 30 minutes at least. Call for me. Shit, I'll give you the same amount of bullshit that those guys are giving you out there, and for less money. For less money, I'll do it for free.
I hear what you're saying, but I think certain guys have come in and showed their play getting better, but he still throws them on the bench. For me personally, right now, I wouldn't start Rashford or Casemiro. Why don't you try Mount? Try a different formation. Why do you have to do the same style? Why do you have to?
They're not getting this formation, so now start a new formation. They're not getting this.
Whatever you do now ain't working.
They're not getting this, and this is nothing. We're playing with two holding midfielders, and we still getting overran.
No. Coaching means you got to be able to problem solve. He's not problem solving. He's got guys actually healthy. Pull out Casemiro and his slip and slide ass and drop Kobe and tell Bruno, you play the 8, but you go help Kobe out. Don't be up there pushing up. Mount, you do 10. Just do something different. You got players. You got guys who keep. He don't try. You can't play Casemiro 90 minutes and he has 19 fucking turnovers.
I can't pay a guy paid $60 million for 90 minutes. I can't play him for 90 minutes. I paid him $60 million and he's won 4 Champions Leagues and I can't play him for 90 minutes. Then what's the point? What's the point? He's supposed to be the best player on the pitch.
He ain't the best player on the pitch. He's not the best player on the pitch, and
if he's falling down
this season, Casemiro ain't done shit this whole season.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's the best player. He's supposed to be the best player. I paid him $60 million. All of them, quality-wise, stink. They all stink. It doesn't matter who you put out there. It does not matter who you put out there. And this lost the manager thing is just player FC winning again. And it's not going to change until we get them out. Oh, I don't like I'm not playing now. Oh, we practiced too long and we got to drive in the dark. That's what was happening before.
You don't have to play Casemiro 90 minutes. You don't have to do it. He has a choice. He can sub him out at the 65th minute. But why we got to watch Casemiro play the whole game and he's sliding and he doesn't help and he gets out of position?
Why does it matter? So you want Mason Mount, who is not a central defensive midfielder, to play in his position?
No, I said put Mount at the 10.
Mount at the 10.
Do something different.
Okay. Mount at the 10, so Bruno can wander?
No, have Bruni talk to him. Say, Bruno.
Who's also not a defender.
You act like
He
they
also
can't.
probably played 70 minutes at that point.
You act like dudes can't think differently. Like Bruno, we need you to play the 8. That means you got to be in this middle and help Kobe. Please don't be up there the whole fucking time.
I just love this arrogance that like we just assume that they're not saying things. They're just like, he's just not managing. He's not managing. They're not doing anything. You coach one of the best teams in European history, but you're not managing anything. I just love that.
When you see these performances and you see the
like,
same,
who are we to say that?
And you don't try to adjust a little bit. He don't even try a little bit, my dude. I'm not saying get
drafted. Y'all don't even get a 3-2. Y'all don't get a 4-2-3-1. Y'all don't get that. So what are we changing? Y'all can't play a 5-yard pass. So what are we changing? Change one man who can't make a 5-yard pass for another man who can't make a 5-yard pass.
Bandito, so I don't know if we answered your question, Bandito, but me personally, I would like to see, and I know Mikey's totally okay with Ten Hag's coaching and what he's doing, but I personally like to see a little bit more effort out of the man, a little bit more adjustment, a little bit more.
He has to give the effort. I just love that he has to give the effort.
Ahmad play
I
decent.
love it.
Why can't Ahmad play over freaking Garnacho or even Anthony?
Ahmad played against Bournemouth. He was shit.
Because he
played.
Warmed up.
He wasn't great. He wasn't great. He played though. He played.
But Ahmad is an international. He's getting paid money. You mean to tell me Ahmad can't play for 5 minutes?
Ahmad played for Ivory Coast in the AFCON.
But we watch Casemiro play for shit for 90 minutes. Why can't we? And we watch Ahmad play for shit for 5 minutes. Don't play him no more. But let Casemiro play.
Stop moving. Minutes. Stop. You said the first question was.
I'm just doing what you're saying.
Does Ahmad? Why can't Ahmad play? He got to play, and he was bad too.
Yeah, but Casemiro's holy shit.
The whole team was bad. The whole team can't defend.
And I know the game before this, Ahmad played great. Not great. He played good. What's the reward? What's the reward for guys who come out and play better than what's going on in front of them? What's the reward?
I just feel like every time I answer your question, I'm going to ask another question. So you know what? Just sack the manager, get another manager in, keep these players that are so good.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
keep these world-class players we have.
We don't have no world-class players, as far as I'm concerned.
I can't tell.
Right? So,
God, but sorry, Bandito, I don't know if we answered your question. I'm sorry.
But in general, these players are just not it, right? So time in and time again, we're gonna see history repeat itself if we sack the manager and keep these players.
No doubt.
So it's always like, oh, it's the manager. We got to get someone that doesn't defend. Is more defensive. We got to go more offensive. Then we get someone. Oh, they're expressing themselves. Ali. Oh no, wait. There's no system in play. Now that we get Erik ten Hag in, now it's like, oh, he's confused. So at the end of the day, what is it? Is it the coach or is it these players? Because it looks like some of these players have been here throughout the tenure of all these different coaches.
There's only really right now Luke Shaw.
Y'all talking about subs. Y'all talking
Rashford.
about subs.
Who's been here the longest? Luke Shaw, Rashford,
Martial.
Martial don't even play no more. He ain't even on the team.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Rashford's an academy kid.
Here through
McTominay.
McTominay? That's 3. So there's a lot of new guys here. You guys keep talking about guys.
Delo's a Mourinho signing.
Right.
So that's 4.
Marino.
That's 4.
Harry Maguire has been here 5 years now? 4 years?
It's a positive sign.
Lindelof too.
Lindelof has been here since Ali.
He's a positive signing. He just got back good again. He was bad for so long.
Throughout his, I mean, we're just kind of writing on him right now because we're what is it, like recency bias? We can say.
So we came up with 5 names. Right? There's 25 men on the roster. So how long are we gonna keep saying there's other coaches?
We could keep going. We just stopped at 5. We can keep going. Wan-Bissaka's been there a long time.
Aaron
more so is it the players?
Like, you just stop.
A combination of everything, though. It's not on Aaron Ten Hag. These players are shit, and I'm willing to say that we've been mismanaged. There was some guy who talked about someone of Ragnick's friend said that when Ragnick told him, and this guy went on record. Ragnick told me when he didn't go hide around sources.
Talking about Jesse Marsch.
Jesse Marsch. He said that the organization of Manchester United, like nobody talks to each other. Up to last year, nobody talked to each other. There's no in sync. There's no cohesion. People are on their different wavelengths. Some people didn't even meet with each other, and they were making
a sacked Leeds coach.
all of that combined
He
is
got
why
sacked from Leeds. Why do we care what he thinks?
He worked with Ragnar.
he worked with Ragnar. He's
So-
just telling us the story that he heard from Ragnar. If he
Beto had a comment. He said, "Tell Casey to watch Leverkusen. That's how you press high and play off the back."
Mm.
I'm gonna watch that and wish that on us.
With quality, with all quality players.
That's
They defend with 3. They have a back 3 and play a diamond.
to press
Yeah,
high.
if that's what we're
If that's what Ten Hag wants to do, Beto saying go watch Leverkusen. That's what
Yeah.
Ten Hag's trying to do.
There's a lot of teams that we could watch do way better than what we're doing.
Oh yeah, easy.
Bandito, wouldn't you say it's a collage of shit that's by the team? It's all coming to a head right now. I'm yes, it's players. Yes, it's organization. I mean the structure.
Here my thing, and I know you're asking Bandito a question, but your players are shit. But you as a coach can simplify gameplay for your shit players.
Simplify a 5-yard pass.
The Mikey question.
No, but what if he has already though? And this is,
Simplify a 5-yard pass. Simplify not throwing the ball to a man late in the game, right to a man for a goal kick. Simplify that, Dello. Simplify not going down to your feet, Wan-Bissaka.
Yep.
Simplify that. I need to simplify defense. Something you've been playing since you were 4 years old. Come on, mate. Come on.
To that point, Mikey, playing football your whole life, so why they look like they don't know what they're doing?
That's a Bandito.
Go ahead, Bandito. I'm sorry, Bandito. Go ahead, brother.
No, you're good. You're good. No, Mike, this is what we love.
What was the question?
yeah,
No, so my 2 cents is this.
do that.
There was a sustained period of time where we looked nice and we were essentially the same group of players. I don't think there's going to be another season where we have this many injuries to key players like Martinez, Shaw, that really affect what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like what Ineos said. They're like, okay, we think Ten Hag, we haven't made the decision. We're going to look at form. That is important, but he deserves a chance to function under our structure. And with taking away some of the responsibilities from him and let him be a tracksuit coach, right? That's one thing. And my second take is if Bournemouth's coach can get a tune out of his players,
Bang.
right? You want to see our boss get a tune out of his players, right? So even if you have to be very pragmatic, like he was at some point, where just like, okay, we're playing Liverpool. Our 11 is nowhere near their 11. We're gonna be pragmatic, right? We're gonna sit back. We're gonna attack certain channels at certain times. So that, as a coach, is what you want to see. You have the players you have, and your job is to get a tune out of them. So part of the responsibility, yes, is on Ten Hag, because that's his position. He's the manager, right? It's not everything is going to fall on him, but that's part of his responsibility. So you should be able to critique and criticize everyone from the tea lady to the boss to the board.
Yep.
Right. So those are my critiques.
can these two things be right at the same time though?
They are
Like
right
these-
at the same time.
Yeah. The thing is,
Not it.
Go
And then
ahead.
the coach is something where he might look, we're reading into like body language, right? Where he's just like defeated, where he's like, I got nothing else to show to these players or give them instructions for them to, like, as Mikey's point, I'm just telling them to do simple 5-yard passes, and even that they can't accomplish.
simple throw-ins.
Yeah, no,
Well,
Mikey, I agree with you because I've seen everything you've
I want
talked
to
about.
just say one thing.
Go ahead.
Bandito, but you see how it always, the precursor to the next part of the sentence is always, he said, Bournemouth, our guy, you guys are better than our guys. We are Manchester United Football Club. Why are we ever being put next to Bournemouth? Now, granted, that doesn't give us a divine right to be great, 100%. But we are fucking Manchester United Football Club, and Mandem is saying that, hey, Bournemouth is going after you guys. Why? Because it's fucking true. All you have to do is show us that you're going to fight and keep the ball away from us. That's it. That is it. I don't see how you coach that. How these players can get a tune is because they want a tune. They want a tune. Some of these guys, they don't get what they want, and then the grumblings come out. Oh, it's getting too dark to practice. I don't like this. I gotta liking stuff. Look at Garnacho liking stuff on the United stand, being weirdo behavior. These guys are not built like that, bro. They gotta go. I hate being a purist, and I hate being that Roy Keane kind of guy. Like back in the day, we used to do it. But
No, wait a minute. Don't pick up Roy Keane now.
that's what it is. That's what it is. We didn't have these kind of distractions. These guys are
that's
tense.
what you just said. There's a lot. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of distractions.
There is. It's like the one that we were just discussing, right? That sources have said that Jadon Sancho is willing to come back if
he got nerve to set parameters
right,
for him to come back.
So just that
Allegedly.
in itself, players with that type of mentality of, yeah, if the coach is gone, yeah, I'm gonna come in here and give it all I got. Wait, what type of profile of player are we really getting? A player where if they're not getting what they want, they're just gonna pout and not really try out there on the pitch?
Yeah, the profile players have been getting. What we got is a whole ball of mess, and I'm gonna put that on the Murtaugh and the Woodwards of the world. Our new regime, I'm gonna have positivity and believe that they're gonna do the right things. Listen, we all are gonna be like this about how we feel about Manchester United Football Club because all we want to do is see them win, and we just can't understand why we're seeing this garbage. Let's go into what's coming up this weekend. We got FA Cup, Coventry. How do y'all feel? Let's go.
Mikey's prediction. I'm going with Mikey's prediction for the last FA Cup game where he thought that we were going to win on penalties and Onana was going to save us.
It came damn close.
Right. I think that's going to happen this time.
Yeah, Mikey, how you feel about FA Cup Coventry?
I think it's Haji Wright for Covington. That Covington's a city in Georgia. Coventry. I think he plays for Coventry. He's an American. And he's been on fire. He's been scoring like hell. I think he touches the back of the net against this slippery-ass defense. But I think we nick it 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. I'm going to ride with 2-1.
Bandito, you feel like this is something that will enhance or save or is a must-win for Eric Ten Hag? Is this something that could really, I don't know, put a lot of favor towards him? How do you see this Coventry match? I mean, your thoughts on the whole thing, Benito?
Okay, so it's like 3 questions there.
Yeah, I know. You know, I got dyslexia.
He has Ten Hag has credit in the bank for last season and making 2 finals, winning the 3-handle trophy. So, yeah, I don't think it's. He has to win to save his job, if that's what you're asking. But yeah, a trip to Wembley for the fans is massive, and the chance to lose to City again in the final.
That's a fact.
That's crazy.
So I want to see the Vaseline on the gloves, making all 20 saves against Cov, championship side. But yeah, I think we go ahead and we win this one.
I would. Cheese, you would think we'd beat Coventry?
Like I said, 0-0 or 2-2, penalty shootout, Onana hero, Manchester United advance.
Damn, you want all that drama?
That's our life, chaos football.
I don't want that. I do not want that.
You don't want that, Mikey? Not this week.
I see it. We're going to get
I say we nick it.
3-2 and a late banger we're going to get. We're just going to do that. It's going to be 2-2, and then at the end, we're going to come up with the W.
Like, it would be nice if some of the players that we're criticizing step up, like Garnacho for tweeting, respond with a goal. Rashford for being a blood clot waste man for the whole fucking
man.
Score a fucking goal. Score the winner. Do something.
I'm more excited.
P.S. My wife thinks we're too hard on Rashford. Just FYI.
I'm more excited about seeing Rashford's Rolls Royce getting restored than his game. That's what I look forward to. Like, oh, he's gonna put on the bumper. He done spent $50,000 for the bumper. That sounds real coolish, right?
Hey, yo, it's a bumper. Hey, yo.
No, there's a guy. Let me tell you, I'm not going to get into the pause shit right now because all my nephew, they're like Uncle Paul's. Like you don't even wash your body good. What you talking about? You smell like doo-doo. Talk about Uncle Paul's. Uncle dude, you're way out, bro. Get away from me. It's a frustrating time right now, and I think whatever's going to happen to Eric Ten Hag is already decided. Does anybody feel like that? He could change anything right now?
I think he's on his way out, man.
Really?
I think these guys are gonna play him out. They're gonna. You know what? Listen. I have the most to lose here. All right, I have the most to lose. I made a bet with somebody saying that I would wear a Chelsea shirt for a year.
Wow.
If we finish higher than them, if we don't finish higher than them, or they have to wear a Man United shirt, and now look at where they are.
They about to leapfrog us when they have their games.
Before we're looking up at the table, like, okay, how can we go? Now we got to look below and watch these teams.
Chelsea's
listen, it's going to be wild.
They got a hard run of games.
It's going to be wild in the Conference League. Those away games are going to be they're going to be top notch. The football's going to be absolute shit, but the away trip is going to be tops.
Poland. Oh, can't wait. Do it up.
I love it.
Yeah, so Chelsea wins, and since they're missing one game, that's what Beto said.
Yeah,
right?
hit the Beto comments. Hit the comments.
Yeah, he said if Chelsea wins their missing game, we go to 8, they go to 7.
Yep, leapfrogs.
Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about your Chelsea bet so much, bro.
Mikey about to be a blue.
I'm cheering for you so hard.
Think about it though. Think about it. If you look at the run of games, I mean, Man United, we stink. So none of these games are on par. But they got to go and play. They still got to play Arsenal. They got to play a few teams now. So and I think that's going to do them in. And then we could just scrape by with beating who we beat. We play Arsenal. The second game of the season. I think we end with Sheffield.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the last game of the season. I think we can get.
You're kind of putting faith in this shit team we've been talking about right now.
And
oh my God, it's faith. What is that? That means there's no proof.
Cole Palmer,
God, you overlooking the future golden boot of the league.
Would you guys sign him next year?
I'm a little bit of a hater. I wouldn't because when the goal
he's a man. He
came from City.
Nah,
it's a gang load of penalties too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The goals he got with us, was it penalties? 2 penalties? Come on.
Yeah, he's been put in some situations good, but he's a number 10.
Deflected shot. Come on.
He's a number 10. You know, Bruno doesn't move from that. Any comments
about Bruno?
De Zerbi being the coach. This we're gonna talk. This is the last thing. De Zerbi's being the new coach of the week. It's funny that we should have a thing called Man United's Coach of the Week.
Is he really better than Eric Ten Hag?
No,
Is he really better than what we got?
He's no different than the Tottenham's coach.
So why would you sign him?
I think Brighton have a better setup, like as far as their structure and how they bring players in and how they evaluate players than as opposed to we do, right? And they've had time and no pressure to do this. They have a management group that cares. Their owner cares.
Yeah,
about. True. You know what I'm saying? They give a fuck, right? They don't have as much like playing for Man United is pressure filled. They don't have that, you know. So it's like they can achieve and they can go under the radar and still achieve. So shout out to De Zerbi, you rat bastard.
Yeah. And it would be unfair that Ten Hag not give a chance under structure.
Word. I'm all for that.
And then De Zerbi come in and come into structure.
Because
I will judge it truly. I will truly judge it then. Sorry.
Do they give if you're at Ten Hag next season under Ineos, do you give him a month to be like, and you're watching him and be like, yo, we don't like the progress after the first?
No, you gotta give him
a month.
All right, last words, closing comments. Bandito, hit us some closing comments.
Yeah, let Ten Hag see out his contract. Give him the entire year. Let him do his thing. Let him prove what he's worth. United fans, look, it's a tough time. We know it, but we're kind of used to it, aren't we? For the past 10 years. So let's look at where we're successful right now. It's our women's team, right now, 18, and we just hope that we can do something in the FA Cup.
Mikey, your closing words.
All right, man. The Los Angeles Lakers are 7th.
Nope.
But the Clippers are 4th. Have a good night, everybody.
Cheese. Quick closing words.
Let's get that win this weekend.
Yeah,
That's
we
all I
need
gotta
that win.
say.
Just
Move on to the
Need
final.
the dub.
business, boys. Do the business.
Shout out to all
Keep
those
it
Atlanta
simple.
Reds, those LA Reds. Let's go. Everybody enjoy the FA Cup this weekend. I predict us winning 3-2. Up the fucking Reds. Guys, this has been a great show. I love everybody. I
Shout
love
out
the
to you
comments.
Much love, much love.
Reds, we are out.
You are listening to Those Casual Reds with Casey Gayle, Jeremy Sanchez, and Mikey Douglas, only on LA Talk Radio.